Hi, I'm Barbara Bertucci, and I'm so excited to have this training today with Chris Bruce and the magnetic leaders that Dave Johnson has put together for us. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put it on speaker view. Wait a minute. And um, and Chris is an amazing gentleman. He's got well, maybe you need to tell your story because I don't believe you were well, you've been a long time in network marketing. That's all I can say. In Nikken.
Yeah.
And you grew up in Nikken. So Chris, take it away.
Okay. Yeah. So my story, how I was introduced to Nikken, I broke my back years ago, back in 1994, and went through a lot of medical trials to try and fix my back. I fractures in the low back, which prevented me from bending in the right ways, and I bent in ways that I shouldn't bend. Caused a lot of nerve issues, mobility issues, pain issues. Also had injuries in my neck and my mid back that caused problems with my hands, my arms, my speech, my heart, my lungs, just all sorts of fun stuff. And after a year, I was making no progress, and so one after another, doctor didn't want to work with me anymore because I wasn't making progress, and they were more afraid of lawsuits and bad outcomes.
Mhm.
And eventually just was written off as a pain pill addict and disabled in my early 20s. And entered Nikken. My grandparents had great experiences with the Nikken products, the original Mag Boy and the insoles and the Flex, and I was kind of tricked into trying it. And after a rollout, I had a great experience with my rollout. I was able to lay flat on my back for the first time since I'd been tackled, and that was about 18 months after I broke my back. I bought a Flex, and within just over a month, I was off my pain pills. 3 months, I'm moving around like normal, and at a year, they took me off disability, and I was, a healthy person again. So I've really enjoyed Nikken personally, and then I was also set up on a blind date by a woman who ended up being my mother-in-law later on through Nikken. When my very first wellness preview and met the Johnson family, and Valerie set me up with her daughter on a blind date. So here we are 25 years later, 7 kids. So if your mother-in-law picks you out, that's really good. So yeah, so
Now
today,
that's a great one. I didn't know that. That's
yeah,
awesome.
so yeah, Nikken has impacted all facets of my life.
Yeah.
So today you wanted me to talk about the Magnetic Leaders website.
I did. What I want you to do, there's a gap, and I'm going to even admit it myself. Sometimes I'm not quite sure what to send people. I don't want to overload them, and I don't want to just send them to magneticleaders.com.
Right.
So, um, so do it for customers, and then do it for new people coming on board. That kind of thing. Okay.
Okay. So are you able to do screen share?
Oh, I could. I didn't know if you are. Did you want me
Okay.
to?
Yeah, I'm using an iPad. So
Okay.
it's
So let me get there. You start talking, and I'll do
okay.
the. I'll get there.
So okay. So magneticleaders.com. That's a website that we built several years ago with the idea of putting all the tools and the information in one place. And so we do have a personal site that we would send customers to that we're hoping that they will buy Nikken products. This one is more of a training site that we built for the field. And so it has a lot of information that you would want your new people to know, all in one place. And so it's not really one that's branded for us. And so, you can't order, a sleep system that will go under us from there. So if you send your customers there, they're not going to end up buying from us. And so that's kind of a safe thing. But it does have information about Dave and Valerie and their story with Nikken and their success, kind of as a jumping off place. But where we usually would send people and the things that we want you to use, start with the Getting Started tab. And when she pulls that up, let's see. I guess I can just talk a little bit more about it as we go. So, there it goes. All right, there it is. Getting started. So, the homepage just has an introduction to Nikken itself, and kind of I guess a call to action why we need NECANN, why people need a vehicle and an outlet for this, what self-care is. And so it's just a little introduction, but it has little bits of what's through the rest of the website. And so you can go to all of these different things and find them elsewhere on the website. So if we go back up
the
to,
qualifications of the silver and the checklist, and
Yeah.
nice.
yeah, so it's something like if you're doing a presentation with a new person, you can kind of just go through the website and have something to show them step by step by step by step. It doesn't have everything exhaustively explained, but it gives you a good place to start. And so if you go back up there to that getting started tab at the very top,
Okay.
uh,
Can
so
you see the
it
drop
has all of
down?
these different things.
Will
What was
you-
that?
Can you see the drop down when I do that?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you click on how to get started, that's going to bring up some of the stuff that we send to brand new people, and you're welcome to go ahead and take any of these forms and use them. And so we have a letter that we send to a brand new person when they sign up, and it has in there a bunch of information about habits and things that we want you to do right from the get-go. We talk about being a core consultant and the Teach 3 to Reach 3, the Fast 500, all of these little different things. And so you can copy that, completely steal it, personalize it, put your own information on there, and send it out to people as a way to get kind of launched. The recipe for success goes into a bunch more detailed step-by-step things you want to do. The weekly rhythm is kind of just a tracking form, so you can see how many people you talked to, how many presentations you made, any sales that you've made,
That's
sign-ups
awesome.
and advancement for your people.
I just printed that out. I told Valerie, I said, I just
Okay.
printed it out. That was my goal for February, is that I now know what I need to track.
There you go. Yeah,
So
and
good.
it's amazing how much you can see, how much you did or did not do if you're writing it down. If you just kind of think back, yeah, I had a pretty good week, it doesn't really help you. But if you can tell that week 1 and week 3 were good and week 2 wasn't so good, you can kind of learn some lessons on time management and scheduling and where to work. And you also will have a track of contacts that you made, because that's something that I've been embarrassed about over and over again. Is I will find a card in my wallet that kind of got behind something. It's like, oh, that was somebody that I met 6 months ago in an airport, and I forgot to follow up because I didn't put that card somewhere I was going to see it. And so this kind of helps you keep track of all those things. The marketing claims, that was made by Ben Woodward, and it kind of goes through how people write commercials, how an ad agency would write a commercial or an ad for something, and just kind of how the language and the psychology of the way you say things that makes people think and interact with your product or your information in a way that you would want. And also kind of what he calls them weasel words. It's how you can misrepresent things. It's kind of like the political speech where you can give an hour-long speech and say nothing. And so it's kind of how ad agencies kind of get past your critical thinking. And so it's kind of to help you learn how to write that Facebook ad or that Twitter post,
Right.
or even giving a presentation. So it's got a bunch of getting started videos in there. The memory jogger, all of these things are stuff that you can go ahead and just use for yourself and put on your own, in your own style, in your own words, or just, go ahead and just take them for yourself. The next
When
one,
you're saying that, I'm going to underline, there was a time I took on contacting 5, a day.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it might
Yeah.
be 3 new people a day. So,
Mhm.
but of that, it could be, I text message 2 old friends. I might write a letter. I've been doing that quite a bit
Uh-huh.
now, cards and just appreciation and letting people know that I
Yes.
appreciate them. And then, um, we have, sorry, I got totally, and then we have the, calling customers or new people. So you've got, all different, 5 different ways of contacting and connecting with people. But to do it every day is a whole different thing because it puts you into action of your business. So anyway, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, no. It's worthwhile to go through and listen to some of these things, and some of them are older things that like I think the Healthy Child, Healthy World's there at the very bottom, and that's years and years old. But there's good nuggets that are in there that you can use still today. So if you go back up a little higher, back up to that drop down, there's also how to make money, and that is going to have some examples of building your team, making sales, how much do you actually make if you do certain things. And so if you scroll down a little bit, there's one that's on waterfall, one on I think the how much can I earn there with the grounding pad, and I think we have to update that for the new prices. But it kind of has the what if you sell one grounding pad, how much would you make? What if you're an executive? What if you're a silver? What if a downline person does it? And it kind of just shows how you actually make money. So it kind of introduces the compensation plan, the do you have FOMO? That's the fear of missing out. If not, get it. That's kind of how to motivate people by more of the fear of loss than the desire for gain, because that's usually a better motivator. If someone feels like they're going to miss out on something, they're more likely to want to pursue it, rather than if they're going to have to go and work for something. And so it kind of just changes the mindset a little bit. And so it's a lot of just different little things that you go through. We don't expect anybody to use all of this stuff, but there's a variety of different things that may appeal to you more than other things. And so you just take the things that appeal. You go back up higher. There's just a ton of stuff. We could be on here for a couple of hours. Core Consultants is another one. So if you click on Become a Core Consultant, there we go. That's what opens up. So a core consultant is a person who does certain core things. If you roll down a little bit, it would kind of go through what those core activities are. And we have what we call the core newsletter. So yeah, you can see the success habits there. So you be your own best customer. So you actually use the Nikken products. You're a product of the product. Create a total monthly retail volume of 500 PV or more, where you actually have customers who are on a wellness subscription, where every month there's going to be this activity in your business. And if you teach that as a habit, then it helps you and everybody in your business. And just the basic things that help you to grow as a person, as a leader, as a business person, as an entrepreneur. And so we believe that if you are doing these 8 things and teaching them as habits to your downline, that you will have success. And going through the whole thing, there's it just kind of expands on those as you go down. And then
okay, I like this. Well, it must be a video, but I like this front sheet because it just kind of has a little bit of everything that you can do to be successful in Nikken. And if you just did a little bit every week, you're going to build and become, healthy and like-minded people. We connect, that kind of thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's going to be information going into your head all day long, whether you like it or not. It's just going to get in there. And so if you make conscious choices about some of that content, you can really change how your life is going to be. So the old thing, who you are 5 years from now is going to be determined by the people you associate with, the books you read, and the things that you listen to. And so you really are building your brain and your personality and your psychology constantly with what you're exposed to. And so you choose what you're exposed to as much as you can, and then you can plan out what you want to be. So if I want to be a world-class gymnast, I need to hang around with gymnasts. I need to watch things about gymnastics. I need to practice gymnastics. I need to eat and exercise in ways that would promote me being flexible and strong and springy, and all those different things. If I don't do those things, I can't really expect to ever be a gymnast. And so that's kind of the idea behind that. We do have a newsletter that comes out every Friday, and Dave Johnson and Ben Woodward take turns on that one. And so if you want to receive that newsletter, you can sign up for it right there. And it just comes in. It always has some good motivation and education, and points towards different things that you would want or need to have for your
And
Nikken business.
that's at the bottom of Core Consultants, become a Core Consultant.
Yes.
Beautiful. Love it.
Yeah. And then blogs is a collection of blogs that Dave and Ben and Nikken have put out over a long period of time, and it's just a ton of different things, and a lot of them are these core newsletters that we've sent out over the years, and so you can see some of them go back to 2013. Just a lot of information to go through. Audio video has the same kinds of things, and it goes to the Magnetic Leaders YouTube account and SoundCloud, where we've collected a lot of testimonials, motivation, business presentations, product demos, and different kinds of things there.
If you have a techie person about the sleep system, this Ursula Dowd's amazing.
Oh.
That's somebody sleeping on a magnetic topper. When we have it, don't go get into it yet because we're doing more about water, but that's phenomenal. You have this here. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's just a ton of stuff. Tools is the next one. Over the years, Dave, me, Ben, a bunch of other people have made different products, and they're cards, magazines. So it's got the Gary Lindner stuff, and so right now we're selling these under cost right now, just to clear out a bunch. So if anybody wants to take any of these, there's a lot of really good tools.
One thing about the water one too, there's a little spot down here. It might drive your mailman crazy, but I do know people that have mailed it. So
yeah,
that's on the other side. Oh, I don't know. I didn't mean to do that. Ah, help.
Yeah. So there's just a ton of different stuff on there, and so we've put that up there because we want people to be able to have an easier time collecting all this stuff. Events is another good one. With COVID, there haven't been a lot of events, but that online call schedule.
I got to get out of the cart now.
Yeah.
Okay. Tools.
So, events.
Events. There we go.
I keep trying to touch the screen and that's not helping.
There we go.
So, all right. So that has everybody who's doing a call or a Zoom that has let us know about it are there. And if you scroll down just a little bit there, that prints the download and print the Connect schedule. That's going to have the phone numbers, the Zoom numbers, and the schedule by day and time.
Oh, it'll have both sides of the sheet. Nice.
Yeah. If you click on that, you can it'll show what's on there.
I might get lost again. Okay, good.
Yeah, and then it should have.
I'm not a product showcase. I got to get that cleaned up a little bit. I'm a little bit of everything, but
there you go. Yeah, so there it will have the day and time of everybody.
Yes. And then the login. Perfect.
Yeah. So if you're doing a call or want to have one added to that, just send me or Dave an email or a text on that, and we'll get it added.
Nice.
So, but yeah, it's really good to have all of these different tools and events and stuff like that. So yeah, the Nikken Advantage. Why should you be part of Nikken? and then you can choose which way to experience it as a customer or consultant. And really, this is not something that we're sending new prospects to this site. This is for you to take pieces of and use for your own. As
I'm going to underline something on that. I have a gentleman that's probably a consultant, and he was so fast on the phone, and I was getting interrupted that, and I had texted him a time to talk. So I said, I just called him back quick. I said, just give me your email address, text me your email address and your contact information. So I signed him up as a customer so he can get in the back office and do some research about the products and such. He's in the healthcare field. And then I texted him, I said, we'll get you signed up as a consultant when you're ready, when you have someone ready to sign up under you. So that will create the urgency that you said from before, but at least he's getting in. And if he happens to buy something, he's in your group. You're not getting lost. He's not, going away. And it's okay to do that. I just want to tell people that.
Yeah, absolutely. Any way you can connect people to your business is a good thing. We have a bunch of people who aren't consultants that are on that core newsletter. Hundreds and hundreds of those go out every Friday because it does show a bunch of different information that may lead them towards that. And then, on the blogs, Nikken, if you scroll down on the homepage at the very bottom there, they have a new blog that comes out just about every week. And a bunch of those are on there. And I love to send those out to people. For those that don't know what the Fast 500 is, if you go just up a little bit, just a little more right there. Okay, so this little symbol on the right there, the Teach 3 to Reach 3, and the little 500s, that's kind of like the nucleus. That's the molecular structure of your business. Is if you are doing that core activity of creating 500 points of retail monthly and teaching that as a habit for your group. If you have this structure going where you're doing 500 and have 3 people who are doing 500 and then duplicate that over and over, you'll hit every rank that's in Nikken. And then, to get those 500 points, we have another graphic of this where it'll have the 5 customers over the top there. And then I just saw a few things pop up in chat.
Where's the one with the other graphics?
I don't know where that one is. Let me see. I just saw somebody asking a question in chat, or a few questions in chat.
Oh, prospecting tools. That's not gonna be it. But I did want to say, so these are prospecting tools.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. So there were questions about Julie Tara and Rick Murphy. They're not doing any call right now. So yeah, there are things that need to be updated. But yeah, just this last year with COVID, a lot of things have changed or gone on temporary hiatus, and so we're not taking things down. But if anybody does have direct updates, just like I said, just pass those to us. And then Laura doesn't do our website. We have a guy named Jason who's our tech guy.
I just wanted to say, and if you do it, you get this amazing book and pen from Dave. Okay, yeah. I have actually earned 2 of them, but it's an amazing thing. And he got it impregnated, so you can see it on the front of the book. And then he has Prepare to be a Champion and Core Success Habits. And so I'm actually using this as my book to write my, I got it from Jeff, to write my future now. Every day, write your future now. So that's what I'm using this one for. But it's an amazing thing to, that was last year. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah. So yeah. So we hope that people are going to use the website, and as going forward, as things change, we're updating for prices and new policies and new events, new incentives that Nikken puts out. So yeah, and as always, we at Mac just would love to help with your business. So Keep us in the
Let's
loop,
open
call
it
us
up
and
for
ask for help.
questions right now for you, Bruce. See if anybody has any questions to use the website or promote for right now. And because
Sure.
Chris, some of the Saturday calls that Dave does, I have trouble finding them on
Okay.
Magnetic Leaders. So where should I be going for those?
So on the events and that call schedule, so the Saturday morning Zoom that he does, that's the call of the leader. And so that's usually the one where he has different guests. That's the one Barbara and I did last Saturday because he was going out to see grandkids.
Right. So is that posted on the site yet? Do you know?
I
Yeah,
think you go to
down
iCloud,
there.
right? You go to iCloud and
I don't know about on iCloud. So I think it's on there, but yeah, just on the online call schedule, right there at the bottom on Saturday. Yeah, the call of the leader at 8 o'clock.
then we go back into the website.
Has the Zoom link with the number right there. All things NECAN.
No. She's talking about the older ones,
The older calls.
the recorded ones.
Yes, some of those are on YouTube. Some of them are on SoundCloud. So the Magnetic Leaders channel on SoundCloud has a lot of those, but it's just going to be the audio. So yeah, we did have them through iTunes and a couple other things, but they had a big breach on their website and they lost a lot of data. So several years of our recordings just vanished.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So yeah, but yeah, I think we do have some archived in different places. There just hasn't been a lot of demand for them to be reposted, and so much has changed just in the last few years as far as compensation plan products, procedures, and stuff like that. But yeah, the Magnetic Leaders YouTube channel and Magnetic Leaders SoundCloud channel will have most of those recent ones on there.
All right, thank you.
So,
Anybody else have any questions? I know somebody does. Come on.
Yes. I just think that website has a ton of great information. As a new distributor or consultant, I have found some things that have really been helpful in helping me to get my business growing. So thank you for providing this amazing site to be able to help us get going. Very profound. Thank you.
all right, thanks. Yeah, it's we're not the best website builders in the world, but we're trying.
Lots of information though.
Well, and thank you for coming today, Chris, and explaining it to us.
Sure.
So when you know why something was put in, then you know how to go look for it more directly instead of just seeing all this stuff and being overwhelmed. Because
Yeah.
when you're overwhelmed, then you back off. You don't dive into it. So this would
Yeah.
be
It's been kind of a juggling act because it is such a big website. There's so many things on there.
Yeah.
We reorganized it over and over again to make it more accessible, but just the sheer amount of stuff makes it a really big website. So
Yeah, and the other great thing too is the sizzle call. And if somebody new wanted to get on it, do they email Valerie at Magnetic Leaders?
yeah,
Who?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
yeah, Magnetic Leaders. And you can get on that text schedule where they'll send out the announcement of who it is.
Now,
About-
new consultants should get the newsletter, or do
Yeah.
you think not customers?
I mean, you can, because a lot of it's going to be applicable just to life in general. I mean, a lot of what Ben does isn't just NECAN specific. It's motivation, psychology, personal growth kind of stuff. And Dave as well. I mean, he's been in network marketing for, I don't know if it's 40 years now or something like that. Just a long, long time. But he's met people and learned things from all of these different experiences. And so, not all of it's going to be NECAN centric, but it is going to be life centric and entrepreneurial. And so it's good for everybody. But yeah, we're happy to send it out to anybody who signs up.
All right. Well, thank you,
Great.
Chris. I'm going to stop recording now and get this out. I might also do it as well, no, I think you need to see it. I don't think it's just an audio, but
Yeah.
there might be more of this because I know it was a year ago I learned about the newsletter signing up. And so I was like, gosh, I learned more today, which was awesome. And that's Mystic, just talking to everybody, my dog. And so thank you guys. And thank you for Chris taking this time with us because like
Sure.
you said, and Dawn, like you said, we're learning all the time and these things are great tools. So thank you.
All right.